Alright, for our next video, you guys requested, so we're here at Mickey's Toontown. This is, right now, the newest land in Disneyland, though that's going to change next year. I think it's really underappreciated. I really like it inside, and it's actually a really big crowd favorite. But you kind of need to be aware that there's more than meets the eye to this really simple little land. Toontown is that tiny little land north of Fantasyland. You can almost miss it. That is actually the easiest way to get into Toontown is from Fantasyland. The only other way is to get off at the Disneyland Railroad Station, which is actually just outside the entrance to Toontown. Now, the entrance itself is one of the most iconic of all the land entrances. It does have all these humorous signs you can walk under, and as you come up, you can survey all of Toontown, which is kind of divided into 3 different areas. The first of these areas is downtown Toontown, anchored by Roger Rabbit. This is actually the main attraction in all of Toontown, Roger Rabbit's Cartoon Spin. It's a dark ride that does spin if you want it to, but it doesn't have to. It does have a Fast Pass. The Fast Pass distribution is located just to the left of the main entrance, which is also the same for the Fast Pass return and standby entrances. As you walk around through downtown Toontown, there are a ton of interactive things. If it looks like it's supposed to move, or it could move, it probably does. There's lots of cars around that you can take your picture in, and you're welcome to climb aboard. And you can even make sure to look inside some of these boxes, lift them up. There's surprises in each and every one. This is actually part of the fun of coming to Toontown, is that everything is very interactive because you're in a cartoon. And so you'll see gags everywhere you go. In fact, keep an eye out for them as you go through because there are gags everywhere and some iconic photo spots that you've probably seen around Instagram. Here you'll also find the Gag Factory, also labeled as the 5 and Dime. This is probably one of my favorite stores in Disneyland, and it's just a shame that it's all the way in the back. That it has a lot of great toys, it has clothing, it has souvenirs of all types. I really highly recommend that you check it out. Be aware as you're exploring through downtown Toontown that some things can be very surprising or, dare I say, shocking. Now, there's also this really cute little Toon Park just off of downtown Toontown if you want to go cool off for a bit and relax. It's a great place to go. The next major area is kind of like Town Center. This is where you'll find City Hall, and there's a lot of seating around here because this is largely where the food is. The food is not necessarily the greatest. It's actually 3 small places that you have to go to each one individually to create a full meal. It's not the greatest. However, you do also find these Goofy's Freezes, which are really good and a nice way to cool down. You may also spot the Jolly Trolley around, which is a trolley that used to go through Toontown. It doesn't anymore, but it's a good photo spot. The final area is Mickey's Neighborhood, which, as it suggests, is where all the Toons live. You have Minnie's house and Mickey's house, both of which you can find Mickey and Minnie in there for semi-permanent meet and greets, which is really handy if you really want to meet them. So that's super fun. They're not the only ones that live around here, though. You can also see Goofy's Playhouse. This is a great place for young kids to go, and they can just kind of play around, get some energy out, and there's a lot of fun gags around because obviously this house was built by Goofy. You'll also find Donald's boat next door, which makes sense. And you'll also see Chippendale's Treehouse, which is an interesting place that used to have a slide into a ball pit, but it doesn't anymore, so go in there if you'd like. The centerpiece, though, of the neighborhood is gotta be Gadget's Go Coaster. It's a dinky little roller coaster, but oddly enough, actually super fun. We actually always try to go on it if we can, so don't knock it till you tried it. It is a little small if you're a bigger person, but it's actually pretty fun, so I would suggest it. And of course, one of the best parts about Toontown is that you'll never know what tunes you're going to see hanging around and popping up. So always keep a lookout. It's super fun. Last thing I will mention is this guy that you'll see as you're exiting or entering Toontown. Make sure you pay attention to him because it does close early due to fireworks. So make sure you're aware of that. So that is our tour of Toontown. It's a small but mighty land, and actually one that you shouldn't just dismiss because it's actually a lot of fun and something that everyone can enjoy together. So hopefully that gives you some advice and helps you out a little bit. And of course, this was suggested by a lot of you who are watching, so make sure you also are telling us what land we should do next. It doesn't even have to be just in Disneyland, it can be in California Adventure as well. So leave those suggestions in the comments below, along with any other questions you may have. Follow us on our social media for more updates, and like and subscribe for more, and we will see you guys next week. All right, bye.